Today I'm going to be using the tissue paper flowers that we've done in previous videos and used for different things for wedding decor. And we're going to make little kissing balls, or they have a lot of different names, but they're really cute and they can be used as decor, or they can be used for flower girl props so the flower girls don't have to throw anything, they can just look cute. And these are super cheap and super easy to make, so I'm going to show you how to make them. And really all you need to start with is a little styrofoam ball. This is a really small one, but it's just an example to show you kind of how you make these. And I'm going to use this cute mint kind of to match the color of the flower I've chosen, doing kind of a spring version. So all you do is you take this and you hot glue it onto the styrofoam ball. You can do it any way you like. I'm just gonna pop that down on that end and then pop it right there. And then if it doesn't stick, you can just put a little bit more and pop it down. Don't worry, this is all gonna be covered up, so you can be a little messy. So you have a little string to hold your ball in. So all you do is put down a little hot glue, and then you go and get a flower and pop it on. And then squeeze, and then make sure it connects. Since it's paper, the hot glue is gonna be pretty secure. If you want, you can go along and do some of the edges and maybe put like a little dot there and then push it down. But that's entirely up to you if you want to do that. The hot glue should secure it pretty well. And since it's not meant to really be perfect, you can fluff it out and make it look however you want. Honestly, these are really easy, and if you're doing them in bulk, then it definitely doesn't matter. You put a little more hot glue on there, and then you pop another one down. And you can press a little bit. They'll get a little messed up at the top if you press too hard, but you can always fluff them back out. That's the great thing about these flowers. They're really easy to work with. And if you mess them up, it doesn't matter because you're doing so many and they're all gonna look cute. And then you just keep going and keep adding flowers to your ball. And just press it down. And you want to make sure you kind of get the coverage, like, so you don't have any holes. So like you want to put them close enough that there's not a lot of gaps. And I use these two different colors, but you can use any colors you want. They look really pretty when it's all one color, and when it's the color, the theme or color that you've chosen for the wedding that you're doing. So we're getting toward the end of our little fireball, and toward the end I like to make sure I do the glue on the flowers. I feel like it just gets them to stay down better. You can do this the whole time, but I tend to do it toward the end, and then that way wherever I place it, if there's overlap, it's gonna stick, or if it's straight on the styrofoam ball, it sticks. So it just covers it more, and then that way you get to make sure like it'll connect to other flowers so there's no gap in there, so you can see it just kind of covers it all. And honestly, since it's paper, it's really gonna look good no matter what, but it's very nice when you have coverage everywhere. So I'm gonna add a little bit here, and then take my little strands off, and then go on to the flower and add the glue on there. And then pop this guy down and make sure he covers all of the open space in this area. And the great thing about the paper flowers is once you get them down, you can kind of fluff them out and cover any little areas that maybe aren't covered. You can kind of fluff out the flowers. So it honestly makes it a lot easier to make sure you get the full coverage. And then at the end, there's like one more spot, so you'll just glue down the last flower and kind of cover up where the ribbon was put down and any extra space there is. And I think that's good for one more flower. So we'll pop that flower in. And then make sure it's fluffed out. And come over here, make sure that looks good. Maybe add a little glue there so those flowers stick together. There we go. See, it's pretty trial or error. And then you'll want to fluff it out a little bit more, because once you do that, but then you'll have a fun little ball. Flower girls can hold this, or you can use it as decor. You can do a lot of different things with this.